Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We're going to be using the BMW M1000RR right here in the fantastic Donington Park National Circuit. Now of course, you may be thinking, surely DrAce, you're bored of Donington Park at this point, but not quite. Not yet. So, whilst I was at Donington Park, we did a lot of Donington Park National to get newcomers to try the game, play the game, have fun with it, and just experience Donington Park from a Ride 4 perspective, with, of course, the BMW M1000RR. And it got me thinking, we were using the PlayStation 4s there, and we were all chucking in lap times. Naturally, my lap times were the fastest by quite a lot, and then sometimes not so much. And my fastest lap was a 1:02.797, I believe it was, and it was a struggle to get there. So this first lap now is going to be my first lap back on PC, back home, and across the line. Is it going to be... Oh wow, we beat it. Okay, so the idea of this video is going to be that I'm going to try and beat that lap time that I set at Donington Park in real life, in Ride 4, at the track I mean, not actually on the track in a real bike, but maybe one day. And then try and beat it on the video game, and that's what we're doing right now, and I've actually already beaten it, so I guess let's just try and see what lap time we can get. If we're already in the 1:02.516s, then that is absolutely awesome. We've got to try and beat that though from now on. So into the right hand side for McLean's we'll go. Gonna keep it in nice and tight here. Be careful on the acceleration. You don't want to be wheeling like we did on the previous lap, as we go nice and early into Coppice as we go into the right hand side. Keep it on it, nice and tight, and then bring on the power. But I've got to say, loving Donington Park. Got my vlog to do very soon, so stick around and I can hopefully get that done for you as soon as possible, but it is going to take a bit of time. I'm pretty tired still after all the travelling this morning, but hey ho, we're back and we're ready to make more content. So we couldn't quite improve on the 1:02.516, but what I do feel confident in is my lines. I do think the lines here in Donington Park really work well for me. You could certainly try in your own lines, but I would recommend, if you're looking to improve in your lap time here in Donington Park, definitely follow this guide. So this is now going to become a bit of a guide, a bit of advice for you going into the old hairpin and beyond. So into the left hand side for Starkeys for turn 5. Careful on the left hand side there, really small dip that can just throw you off the motorcycle, so be very careful. But now into the 7th corner, slowly bringing on the power. Keep away from the rumble strip, brake nice and early here into Coppice and keep it in tight. Running a little bit deep, you can see the thick blacker lines on the track there. That's where all the tyres have been slipping and sliding as they brought on the acceleration quite abruptly. But we have now the medium front and soft rear combination. Is it going to be enough going into Goddard's for the final? Oh, goodness me, that final corner is certainly a scary one with the M1000RR, and especially when you touch the curb. So starting lap numero 4, let's see what we can do this time around. So into Redgate, nice tight apex, run it a little bit wide towards the rumble strip, then chuck it in back into the right hand side. You can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there how much acceleration is being applied. It's never that full. It's usually around 80%, 75% depending on which corner we're at, until you get to going into Starkeys where you can give it some more welly, drop it off just as you go into that little bit of a dip. Slowly bring on the brakes, nice and gentle to the right hand side, somewhat deep, but I'm still not particularly mad about my entry going into McLean's, but it could have been much better. But into 8, nice and tight, following that line that I used earlier on. Keep it in nice and tight, approaching the rumble strip to rumble strip. We're close. We're still... I don't think it's going to be an improvement. We'll certainly try going on the brakes into Goddard's. Right boot going out and nice and tight to the apex. Tiny bit too tight there, touching the curb on the right hand side. Sadly, that has yielded was a potential chance of improving the lap time. So the next one now then, guys, braking into turn 1, roughly where the middle of the pit exit is. It's sort of one that I can triangle later or earlier, but I think I found the perfect spot for now. But to the right hand side, keep it in nice and tight. See this rumble strip here to your bottom right hand side? Get over to the left the second that materialises, or when actually after it finishes. You can then launch the BMW M1000RR to the left hand side. But here we are into the very difficult part of the track, and it is absolutely beautiful entry, lining it up into turn 7. This one could be it. We could very well be improving on the 1:02.516 here today, guys. Just touching the rumble strip just ever so slightly bumped us into the right-hander of Coppice, but we're still on it. We are absolutely on it. We're super close for beating our lap time. So firm on the brakes we'll go. Allow the transparent friend of ours to move ahead, because nice and tight apex with the correct entry here and the correct exit could give us enough power, could give us enough speed. Across the line is an improvement. It is. It's a 102.481 now. I don't recall what the world record was for here in Donington Park using the BMW M1000RR. I do believe it was a 102.49. Not entirely sure, but my goodness, what a great lap time that is, already beating my lap time from Donington Park in real life, now here, as in racing with Ride 4 at home instead of racing with Ride 4 at Donington Park itself. Now, of course, speaking about the BMW sort of partnership I've been doing and working around the trailer and helping people improve, I've been doing it all again this weekend in Brands Hatch, so I do hope if you're living in England or living near London, or you can access it to London and Brands Hatch, definitely come on down and see us at the BMW Ride 4 trailer. I really want to see what your guys' skills are, and of course if I can actually help you. So that's the most important part, actually helping and giving some advice. So come on down and can certainly get you improve your lap times. Met some great people at Donington, so hopefully can meet more in Brands Hatch. So once again, going into Redgate, nice and tight to the apex to run it a little bit deeper, going towards the rumble strip. Keep it into the right hand side, smooth on the acceleration there. Medium front, medium rear this time around, guys. Trying to find the right balance. The soft, it's not consistent. It's a one lap pace and that's it, it's over. The medium, pretty decent to be quite honest with you. I do like the combination of having the medium front. I think it feels rather solid. The medium rear doesn't quite give you that same corner grip, but it's well worth a try, because you know you can go quicker with those particular tyre combinations. But to the right we'll go now, just touching the rear on that rumble strip, just kicks out the rear of the M1000, and it really buggers you up. It's a tough corner, really tough corner. Out of all the corners that people got wrong when I went to Donington Park, most of them really struggled. Oh goodness me, into Goddard's massive moment. They really struggled going into Coppice. It was one of those corners that really catches people out. Coppice, Goddard's and the old hairpin are the three toughest part of this track, I will confess, at least from what I've seen. For me, I tend to find that Goddard's and Coppice is quite possibly the most difficult part. But into the left hand side now, going too tight to the apex into the craner curves, hard on the brakes, we'll go for the right hand side. We're up by a tenth and a bit, but you will find that we are going to slip slowly behind the Ghost, but bringing on the power and trying to cut as much corner as possible. As we now go to the left hand side, slowly bring the rider's weight into the right hand side, keep it in nice and tight and bring on the power. Yes, bring on the power. Small bit of wheelie there as we now go to the right hand side, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. Bring on the power, can we? Oh, it's fighting. It's really fighting. It was slipping and sliding to the right hand side coming out of Coppice as we now go double brake, hard on the front, hard on the rear, and then slowly position ourselves into Goddard. This is a great exit. It would have been if I just had that more confidence from bringing on the power there. Just too aggressive. Sometimes you overthink things, and that is a prime example. I just really wanted to get the power on so we could get across the line in which I hope would be an improvement in the lap time, but my goodness, it would have been very tight regardless if I even got it pinned at the exact right moment. But to the left hand side, to the craner curves we go for turn 3. Nice and firm on the brakes, going for that wider line to bring it in nice and tight. It's not bad. I mean, just because we're down, we're still neck and neck with the Ghost, so we've got to keep it in with the transparent friend of ours as we go to the right hand side. Keep it in nice and tight. Beautifully done there. That's a fantastic entry into McLean's, but now into Coppice. Are we neck and neck again? I must have had a 38.723 at this point of the stage of the time trial, this lap, so many times. And yet again, we've done it once more. So firm on the brakes. Could this be the improvement that we need? To the right hand side, flick it to the left. I went too early. On the flick. The exchange from going to the right to the left, it was just too quick. Man, what a close lap time. Let's not stop there though. Let's call it quits after 10 laps, because for goodness sake, we've still got more to do. Donington Park National is going to be in my head for the next God knows how long if I just keep on going. And you know what, I probably will come back to it to see if we can improve, because I do think a 101 could quite possibly be there. It could happen. to end this lap. It's not looking too bad. We are behind the Ghost, but for how much longer? The tyres are now glowing. Yep, they're really, really warm. This is going to be a very difficult lap for us to complete. I can feel the grip has already dropped somewhat. So it's going to be now going to Coppice, nice and early on the brakes. Still neck and neck with the Ghost, running it a little bit deeper. The Ghost had a bit more strength on the brakes there to the right-hand side. And I think that's it. I think we've lost it. It's going to be a Herculean effort going into Goddard's now to fill up that gap that we've got there. It's been a massive moment, but quite impressive that we actually kept that on there, and we actually had a chance of improving the lap time if we didn't make it a mistake into Coppice a moment ago. So on screen is my 10 lap times, and yes, wow. Very, very close, very competitive, and every single lap time there on screen right now is within the 102s. I don't think it deviates by more than 5/10 of a second, even less than, to be quite honest. But the most important part is, where do we end up on the leaderboards? As what? It's joint top. It's a joint top position. DrAce and Chinese name are neck and neck at the top of the screen with a 102.481. So guys, if you're interested in tackling this challenge and trying to beat my lap time, then definitely give it a try. Take some screenshots and send me the results in the Discord server. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.